history meets tranquility and all the modern day conveniences that you could ask for, well, that's what Vero Beach is all about. Here at the McCarty Treasure Museum. This is one of my favorite spots in Vero. Why is it a favorite spot in Vero? I'm gonna let you know here a little bit later because you actually might be able to find some treasure out on the beach. So this is the place where in 1715 there was actually a fleet that went down. It went down in a hurricane. It was 11, potentially 12 ships. They don't know for sure. All of the survivors, it was about 1,500 men, women, and children actually came ashore. They actually gathered all the supplies that fell ashore and they started to actually create an encampment here. They had small structures. There's actually a well here where they created fresh water so they could sustain themselves. There's actually a pirate that raided the site after these people came ashore. So imagine that. You get hit by a hurricane, you come ashore, you're in a strange land, you don't have water, you don't have food. They actually made the encampment here. The pirate came, took some of the treasure. They were actually to repel him, and then they later on brought those pieces of 8, gold 8, silver, copper, jewels. So they brought that treasure back to Havana, the bits that didn't actually go down to Jamaica where that pirate brought the treasure. So let's go and check this out. It's a beautiful spot. You might find some treasure on the beach. Bring your metal detector up here. My daughter loves it coming up here. You're going to find one of the most beautiful beaches. You're going to see those drone shots. This beach is absolutely incredible. The turquoise water. You got to come and check out the McCarty Treasure Museum. This is a must-see. Here's a depiction of what it may have looked like. Now this is a painting. You can see the people in the water here. There was 12 ships. 11 of them were Spanish ships. One of them was a French ship that they actually had in tandem with them. That French ship actually made it away. At the time, the Spanish Empire was actually in decline, and this was a last-ditch effort for them to bring this treasure over to keep the actual empire afloat, if you will. These ships going down, they were really laden, so that was part of the thing, is a Hurricane A, and B, the ships were really laden down with treasure. So you can see those people in the water there, how horrible and scary that must have been in 1715 for these people that actually did make it ashore. I'm standing here next to one of the cannons that was actually recovered from the wreck. There was 4 cannons that were recovered. There was a bunch of artifacts in here all around. You want to come and check it out for only $2. You get to see all this. It's absolutely incredible. The significance of this cannon is that it was potentially one of the cannons that actually fortified that rough encampment that they had. Now, remember that pirate? Well, his name was Jennings. Jennings was actually a privateer. So a privateer would have been coming down to help to recover the treasure to bring back to Spain. But when he actually landed on the shore, he became a trespasser on Spanish soil. Now that he was a trespasser on Spanish soil, he became a pirate. The significance of this is that this was actually marking the decline of the Spanish Empire and actually the ascension of the pirate era. So after Jennings got all of that treasure, it went around the world that this guy won all this treasure, and it began this era of piracy. Here we are at the site of the Pelican National Wildlife Preserve. Now, the last spot ushered in the age of piracy. This site actually ushered in the age of national parks. Now, in 1903, this was the first national park that was established for nesting and migrating birds, and it was established by Teddy Roosevelt, depicted here. Now, Teddy Roosevelt was a great president. He did a lot of different things, the Rough Riders and all that, but Teddy Roosevelt brought in a lot of national park. He really started taking land and setting it aside for national parks. So this park in particular is a site for over 130 nesting birds, migratory birds, if you know that snowbird thing where birds go from the north to the south, and they have stopovers. Some of them go to South America, some go to Mexico, some stay here in Florida. And this site here is a site for over 130 species of birds. Now, you can come here, there's butterfly gardens, there's walking parks, there's trails and all that. It's also very close to the Sebastian Wildlife Preserve where you can actually launch a boat. So it's a really great spot where you can bring your family, have a picnic, bring the bikes, bring the fishing pole, and it's a very relaxing, quiet spot to spend the day. The National Wildlife Refuge System manages over 850 million with an M acres around the United States and actually in the U.S. Virgin Islands as well. Teddy Roosevelt started it with that 5 acres. It started with Pelican Island right here in 1903. You'll find trails all around here that you can go and you can see the birds, butterflies, river otters, fiddler crabs, all kinds of stuff. This is a spot you want to come if you really want to experience Florida's wildlife in its natural habitat. One of the really cool aspects of this park is the butterfly garden. Now, unfortunately, the butterfly garden was laid to waste by Hurricane Michelle. This is one of the spots I really love to come to with my daughter. The butterflies are all scooting around. And at the end of the day, sometimes these things happen. They're bringing the butterfly garden back slowly but surely. Nature has its way. The butterflies are somewhere else, but they're gonna be coming back. I'm here at JC Park. Well, there's a lot of parks here in Vero Beach, but JC Park, why is it special? Well, it's 1 mile from downtown Vero, so literally you could be here all day. You know how you get kind of tired at the end of the day, like, where are we gonna go? 1 mile down the street, you got burgers, you got sushi, you got Thai, you got all kinds of those great restaurants. You wanna go to the Dolce Gabbana, get yourself some new sunglasses, that's right down the street. Well, JC Park, this beach is absolutely incredible. Sugar sand, turquoise water, beautiful day. On the other side over here, you got cabanas, a volleyball court. So if the kids wanna go in the water, they wanna skimboard, and then they wanna go over and play some volleyball, throw the football around, throw a frisbee, barbecue, this is the spot. JC Park is where you wanna go if you want a great day for the whole day for the family. I recommend JC Park. So I wanted you to know what it felt like to be in downtown Vero, working our way up to the Ocean Grill. This place has been there for a very long time. We're gonna get you into that. But look at these little shops that are down here. You can smell the salt air coming in off the ocean. You got shops. This is kind of like the Deco Drive of the Treasure Coast. It's a little hidden gem. My videographer actually has lived here for almost 10 years. He didn't know that this existed. Look, you got these beautiful wall art. This place is all about shopping, food, and real tranquility right on the beach. Now remember JC Park? That's literally 1 mile up the road. And then now you're right in the middle of it here. You got Mulligan's over there. You got the Ocean Grill here. All kinds of restaurants to choose from. This is what downtown Vero is all about. Now remember when I was talking about all three of those attributes that Vero Beach offers? Well, this is what it's all about. The Ocean Grill has your tranquility. It has the history, built in 1942 by Waldo Sexton right after World War II, who was really part of who built downtown Vero. And then that last bit, the modern convenience. Well, imagine being on the beach, having a beautiful meal, looking out over the ocean just after you came to JC Park, walking down the road and maybe buying that little sundress for your wife, or maybe some souvenirs for your family back home. This is what it's all about. I wanted to show you the Ocean Grill. The food is fantastic. The view is even better, and it's so close to everything you couldn't even imagine. This is what downtown Vero is all about, and the Ocean Grill embodies that. Right now, I'm waiting to be seated here, and this place absolutely will blow you away. The history just oozes out of every corner. You can smell the food, and you can also smell the wood in this place. It smells like it's from 1942, but in a good way, not like your fraternity basement. The current owners have actually owned this place since 1965. Now remember, it was built in 1942. You know what it feels like? I feel like history. It feels like something out of a Charles Dickens novel, something like Robinson Crusoe. Like you have this treehouse, all this exposed wood in here, wrought iron. You can sit at the bar, have your snowy grouper sandwich, your Pusser's painkiller, looking out over the ocean with that snowy grouper sandwich. This is what it's all about. This is that tranquility. This is that history. And this is about modern convenience. You even have the gift shop right over here where you can get the trinkets for the kids. Great day look like? Well, I'm about to show you a perfect day in Jensen Beach. How do I know it's a perfect day in Jensen Beach? Because I actually experienced this day a few weeks ago with my daughter. Well, not only was it a great day because I was with my daughter, but I figured out the perfect spots to go for breakfast. Then we went for a nice little walk in the afternoon at a beautiful spot called Tuckahoe Mansion. Then we went over to the fountains where the fountains were spilling out all over the place. And then we finished the day at the Dolphin Bar for an absolutely incredible meal at one of the most iconic spots in Martin County. And I'm about to show it to you, so let's get into it. How do you start a perfect day? You start a perfect day with a perfect breakfast. And I can't recommend a better spot than Jan's Place. This is the best breakfast in Martin County, in my humble opinion. One of the things you're gonna notice about Jan's Place is its locals. Well, what do locals do? They know the best local spots. Another thing you're gonna notice about Jan's Place, when you walk in that front door, you're gonna smell fresh bread, you're gonna smell fresh pastries, you're gonna smell the eggs in the background. To me, a great menu is when you just can't figure out what you want to order. Everything looks so good. So before I order, what would you pick? Comment below. Would you go with the chorizo omelet, or would you go with the chicken pot pie omelet? Okay, for me, I'm gonna go with the chicken pot pie omelet. I'm gonna order it now. Now, before we headed out, I had to show you the gift shop. Now, it's only in Florida where you're going to find a little bar where you can get a mimosa or a Bloody Mary while you get a little tiki torch souvenir. So rolling into our next phase of the perfect day in Jensen Beach, here I am at the Tuckahoe Mansion. Now, the Tuckahoe Mansion has some incredible history. It goes back to 1936. It's a 54-acre parcel that was actually bought by Annette Bates. Now, Annette Bates was an heiress of the Coca-Cola fortune. So this place actually, through the 40s, was like the hub of Martin County social life. So they actually sold it in 1950 to the St. Joseph Church. The nuns took over from there and actually had a small college here. So you can see that the Tuckahoe Mansion has been a lot of different things. It was a social hub. then it was a church, which was a college, and then it became Florida Institute of Technology College as well. So the Florida Institute of Technology actually ran to around 1986. So in 1997, Martin County bought it. Now Martin County still owns it. They started to go through a rehab of the property. In 2001, the first phase was done. That was actually the building itself. So in 2009, the final touches were put on the establishment, and that's where they started hosting weddings, masterminds, events, and so forth. So you can come here, it doesn't cost you anything. You can cruise around the duck pond, which my daughter absolutely loves. You can go down through the mangroves. There's all kinds of boardwalks and everything you can check out. You can lay out a blanket and have a picnic. It doesn't cost you anything to come here. This is an absolutely incredible place to spend the afternoon with your family. You know how much this $1 million view costs? Nothing. Okay, continuing on with our perfect day here in Jensen Beach. I'm here at the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast. This is here in Martin County. It's in the Indian River, Riverside Park. And I'm here with Katie Jacobson, and she's actually the director of marketing. Tell us a little bit about the Children's Museum.
Yeah, so something that you will see typically in Children's Museum is a little mini city. So we're currently standing inside of Publix. They're a great partner of ours. We've got a grocery store, we've got a hospital, a bank, a place to fix your car, take your pets, all that kind of stuff. On the other side of our building, we have a 2-story Spanish galleon. This is a real life-size ship that used to sail over from Spain. So kids get to learn about our uniqueness here on the Treasure Coast. They were learning about boating and fishing in our one exhibit, and they're also out in the garden having a great time outside.
You guys want to check this out, it's a great spot to bring the kids. There are so many activities here for the kids to jump on. We got the squash slide over there. We got the carrot climbing wall here. You got picnic tables. We got the hoverboard here. There's so many things for the kids to do. You got to bring the kids down here. All right, I really wanted you to see how close everything is here. How close? We're literally 5 minutes from Jan's place. The Tuckahoe Mansion is a 2-minute walk. Right behind you here is the museum. Right here you can come down to the beach. Catalina loves to go in the water here. You can walk all the way out. You're not going to have a lot of waves in that. And then you can really come right out of the water and hop in one of these fountains over here. You couldn't ask for more to bring your family for the day. Literally everything is within a 5-minute drive and a 2-minute walk. It's got it all. All right, so rounding out our day, we're here at the historic Dolphin Bar. This place has been here since 1960. It was originally the Outrigger Harbor, which was actually built by Frances Langford. Frances Langford was a very famous actress. She was also on Broadway. Now, Frances Langford was absolutely enraptured by the Polynesian Islands. So you're gonna see and hear that feel of the Polynesian Islands, the tiki torches and all that. You of course got the dolphin up there, which we sometimes call mahi mahi. Let's go inside and check it out. As you can see, you're right on the water here, panoramic views of the water, that whole Polynesian style feel. This place is absolutely incredible. You want to come here. The food is great, the atmosphere is great, the service is...
My name is Alex Haigh with Haigh today, and this channel is devoted to all things that have to do with the Treasure Coast in South Florida. Good day, good evening, good afternoon. I'm about to show you an incredible town. It is called Jupiter. I'm going to take you on an excursion to see wild animals. We're going to take you to the beach to see kite surfing, and then we're going to finish the day at the Jupiter Lighthouse. It's going to be an absolutely incredible video, so stay tuned. All right, I'm here at the Bush Wildlife Sanctuary. This is really a tucked away spot that not a lot of people know about. This place is absolutely incredible. What they do here is they take in local animals that have been hurt, and all these animals are taken care of here on site. This is a non-profit organization, so there's a link below if you'd like to contribute to this incredible organization. They literally take care of over 6,000 animals a year, and there's over 100 species of wildlife that they come in. Birds of prey, cougars, panthers, bears, all those kind of things are here, and you can actually get up close and personal, check out these animals. You could do an event here, bring your friends or family. This is an incredible exhibit. We're going to show you some of the pieces here, some of the animals that you can come and check out yourself. Let's go see it. I've never seen so many feathers on an alligator. Look at this guy up on the perch here. He has a little hint. You can hear his little chirping. Look at a cute little guy. That's some kind of bird of prey. Now you really want to pay attention. Anytime you see a bear crossing or cougar crossing, keep your eyes out. I'm pretty excited to check out the bear and the cougar. All right, we're here at the black bear exhibit. We have Tia and Kiona in here. They're sitting under the shade over here because you can imagine having a giant furry coat here in Florida. It's probably a little warm. So they're taking a little mid-morning nap. Oh, what an absolute treat. I've never actually seen a cougar in the wild. It's pretty rare down here to see them. There's 25 species of big cats in the puma family, and the Florida panther is one of them. These cats actually used to range all the way from Arkansas up into North Carolina, down into Florida. Presently, they're only about 5% of the area that is natural to these animals still reside in. So you're seeing something here that's on the endangered species list. So they're here to help with the education of the general public. And for folks like myself that have been living in Florida for 20 years and never actually seen one of these animals live, here's a great opportunity to actually see one of these massive animals alive. I didn't realize they were this big. I'm here with Liz Bernstein, and she's one of the incredible volunteers here that gives her time to help these animals that have been injured and so forth. And she's with a barn owl here, and she's gonna say the name of the barn owl again here. What's the name?
This is Viho. He's one of our education barn owls.
And Viho, how did Viho end up here?
Unfortunately, Viho was kept illegally as a pet. Way too many people think that it's a good idea to keep wild animals as pets. So Florida Fish and Wildlife confiscated him and brought him to us in late 2007, early 2008. So he's been here a while.
Cool. How long do barn owls live for?
That's a great question. So in captivity, they can live up to 25, 30 years. Like I said, Viho's 17. But unfortunately, in the wild, because of all the rodenticides and the poisons that we put out around the houses, sometimes they only live 3 to 5 years. That's the average lifespan in the wild, is 3 to 5 years, because the bioaccumulation of all the poison eventually kills them.
Well, thank you so much for everything you do, to take care of these animals for us. And yeah, we've had an amazing day so far. And thank you, Viho. Appreciate your time. You're beautiful.
All right, I'm here at Jupiter Harborside, and this is another spot that really articulates how amazing Jupiter is. You've got your adventure, you got your kiteboarding at your beach, you got your wildlife sanctuary. All of that is within a 10-minute drive of this spot. Now, if you want a really premier location, Tiger Woods Restaurant is just across the way here, so you know it's premier when we're talking about Tiger. We've got a beautiful amphitheater over here. On Saturdays, they do an incredible green market here, so all the people have all their little stands. On Sundays at 9:30 a.m., they have yoga here, so imagine the sunrise coming up to get your morning going on a Sunday with yoga. Sometimes they have live music here and all kinds of events. Christmas, they got the place all lit up. This is a premier spot. You got Mexican restaurants, Tommy Bahama, BurgerFi, all kinds of spots where you can go and buy clothes, trinkets, and all those kinds of things that make your stay in Jupiter or living in Jupiter a special place to be.
All right, so I just wanted to show you this spot here. This is where you pick up the pond tiki. So if you had some family in town, or maybe you live here and you wanted to bring your family out for the day on a boat, you don't have a boat, the pond tiki is here. So it's a pontoon tiki boat. You can go out, have a few cocktails, have a little bit of food, and check out this beautiful water and all these mansions that surround you. Maybe head outside and see a little bit of the ocean if it's not too wavy out there. This is where you grab the pond tiki. I'm here at the iconic Juno Pier. Now, no trip to Jupiter or Juno is complete without a trip to the Juno Pier. Why? Well, first and foremost, there's a great spot here where you can walk along the boardwalk, you can run, you'll see people rollerblading, all that kind of thing. It's dog friendly. Not out on the pier, so I had to leave Bruiser with some friends. But down the beach here, you'll see actually the kite surfers. Now we're gonna take a little trip out here on the pier. You're gonna see people fishing, sightseeing, surfing, all kinds of cool stuff. Now, one of the things that I wanted to mention was May through October. What's so important about May through October? Well, it's turtle nesting season. So you literally can come down here and you'll see on the beach these little areas that are cordoned off with that police tape. Well, that's actually where a turtle laid its nest. And there's certain times of the year where you can come out here at night and actually see the turtles hatching. It's a really cool event. Check it out, May through October. Come down and check out the turtle nesting. I'm here at the site of the Jupiter Lighthouse. Now, this lighthouse is probably one of the most photographed spots in Jupiter, if not Southeast Florida. The original site actually was picked in 1853, and the lighthouse actually had its first light illuminating the shores around 1860. This site has gone through numerous iterations, went through the Spanish Indian Wars and went through the Civil War. General George Meade actually came in and revitalized the spot after the Civil War. It illuminates a crossroad here where the intercoastal comes in into the ocean. It's absolutely beautiful. You got the turquoise water. You can go up and check out the lighthouse. There's all kinds of walking trails around here. This is a great place to bring your kids, your family, or just come here for a leisurely day on your own. So we're going to actually go check out a view from the top, so let's go check it out. So it's 36 steps to get up here. It's 105 to get to the top. Might need a little break on the way. All right, so we made it to the top of the lighthouse. What a climb, but I tell you what, that view is all worth it. Now, if you want to know more about the Treasure Coast area, check out this video here on Jensen, my perfect day in Jensen, or if you want to go north, check out this video on Vero. Now, if you're thinking about living in the Treasure Coast or South Florida, please drop us a line. We'd love to help you out. We got a team of professionals that are here to help you with anything that you're looking for as far as homes in the Treasure Coast or South Florida. And if you want to know more about the Treasure Coast, make sure you like or subscribe below. We'd love to connect with you. Until next time, my name is Alex Haigh, and with Haigh today, we'll see you on the next one.